All right, what is up, YouTube? We are on our way for, it's not a long weekend, it's just a weekend. Brooklyn's birthday was last weekend, it was Australia Day, and busy as all hell and more expensive everywhere. So gone away this weekend just to relax a bit, go up the sunny coast and see Chris, get a look over in person, do some training, relax and go to the beach, whatever. Still on work day, all sort of jazz, so everything runs as normal. We're gonna go check out Frankie's gym again. Let's Fkn Go Collective on the sunny coast, so we'll train there. Got a really exciting, I'm gonna give it a surprise. I'm pumped about it. There's some big things that are happening behind the scenes that over the next year I think will change the course of this company. It's not going to change the course. I think it's going to amplify the course, and I would say beta of that was put into action, and it's something I'm quite proud of that I never thought I would get to do. So a little bit of a reward in there, and we found something cool that we're going to do. So we'll keep that a surprise for later on. But we're on the way up the coast. It's 8:30ish. We're about 10 weeks out from show now. Chris has already done my check-in, nice and early. Dude works early, I love it. We usually train before we work. He seems to work before we train, so that works too. But yeah, we're 10 weeks out. I reckon we're about 2 kilos above stage weight right now, sitting at about 86.6 this morning, I think it was. Had some big drops this week after a refit in the weekend, so we shot up to 88.5, we come back down to 86.6, so nearly 2 kilos down. Obviously it's not an accurate indication of actual weight because we went up in weight, but Chris is happy with the data so far, and everything seems to be changing now. Literally every other day I'm seeing new lines and new data and new responses. Supplementation, we're seeing changes to digestion and how it's impacting motility, how it's slowing things down, how we have to modulate that for a carb load strategy. So all the things now, and this is something that I've never been in position of, to be ready enough where refeed trials start to show what the body's actually going to respond like, a little more stress-free. And so it's really, really positive data for me to have that understanding as well. So I'm figuring out my body now at a whole different rate than what I've ever done, and Chris is doing it at the same time. So yeah, it's exciting. Starting to feel a bit more tired, starting to feel a bit more worn out, getting to the end of check-in days and actually starting to feel the jaw's a little bit sore, the brain's a little bit more foggy. Yesterday was a big day of talking, had great podcast with Brendan DeCruz. Getting to chat to people like that ends up taking up 2 hours of your day alone, and they're very high intensity, high emotion and deep thought conversations, so they zap you a little bit. But yeah, we've had a great month. January's over, we're getting close to the stage. I think we're officially 10 weeks out from Adelaide. Couple more weeks, I'd say, of aggressive dieting to really start getting the fat off, and then we just fine tune things from there. So yeah, all things going well. Pretty happy so far. Bounce back out of the wisdom teeth has gone well. Jaw is healing up. Holes are starting to fill in. Easier to eat, easy to chew, easy to do all that sort of stuff. So yeah, things are happening. No drastic changes this week to food or cardio or output. So again, just being in that fine sweet spot where things are working, and this is stuff that I teach my clients or give to my clients, and that's the understanding: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Food is low, but at the same time, it's definitely the lowest I've ever had in a prep for food. So we'll make it work and make do as we need to. Right now, meals are still good, food's still at a decent level, and we're just going to ride it out from there. So yeah, we will be up to see Chris shortly and get some training, and we'll drag a camera of some sort around depending on how busy the gym is.
It's not like you can change muscle architecture. You might manipulate that position around. Hang on, let's do a bit. Good. Good. 3, good. 4, good. 5, good. 6, 7, good. 8, 8. Good, good. Come on. 9. Good. 10. Come on. Stay with it. Stay with it. Come on. Drive. Stay in the set. Stay in the set. Up. Push. Nice.
Fuck.
Beautiful. That was good. That's good stuff.
Fuck.
Well done.
Alright, so we got the whole gang here. Big Frankie's gym. Chris is looking 120 kilos.
120.
120 in this condition.
In this condition, I'd be so fucking.
I'd be so happy. Mind if I jump in with you? Mind if I jump in with you?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna struggle just as much as you do.
What's home base you in Risen? As in your home gym?
I'm changing. I'm doing the rigs.
Go to Riggs?
Yeah, I'm doing the rigs.
I've got it.
one more. You're good. Let's do one more set of overheads. Oh, fuck. Oh. Thanks, bro. So you competed before or your first time?
First time.
Fuck yeah. You excited?
Yeah. Excited.
You feeling it yet, or you're pretty happy? Still pretty energetic?
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. But when I fast a little bit, I don't feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're spacing out your meals a little bit later in the day?
yeah. Sometimes I eat my meals too early before dinner, and I'm like,
Yeah.
shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. So one of the strategies around my clients is like anchor your food to your training window and your work window. Whether if it's morning training and earlier work, or if it's later work and late training, anchor your food to that so you're well fueled, and then sleep nicely.
I always definitely try to eat before training,
Yeah.
which is helping a lot.
Hey? Yep.
You know you were doing that?
Nope. That's cool. That's Chris's guy. Fuck. Oh, shit. Oh. Last set of tries, I'm done. Do some posing. Oh. Oh.
Good. That on. Good. Just remember when that lat sits, I want that lat to sit there. Face the front. Back to front legs. Okay, front double bicep. Good shot. Hold it. Good, side chest. Come real close together. Good. Good. So if you get your hands up a little higher, see where Ben's hands are up here? I want your hands up a little higher. Good. That's it. Crunch down through here. Yep. Nice. That's good. Same here. Crunch down. Good. Good. Hold that shot. Good. Hold it. Side tricep. Endurance. Ben's not even sweating. Yeah. And he's showing his legs. So. Good. Nice. Good. Yeah, even maybe play around with the stance as well. You see the stance that Ben's doing here where he's kind of got 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Does that create a bit more space so you can actually get into the hip a bit more? There you go. I want to see that tricep like fully fucking extended down. Good. Good. Nice. Okay, face the rear. Let's go rear double bicep. Good. Good. So I think with that shot, hit it again. I think you have a tendency there, and I actually do this as well, is when you go into that shot, focusing so much on flexing the lower half, that you lose the lats a little bit. Nice. Okay, good. Alright, let's get to the most muscular. Step forward. Hold it. Good. Give us the hands on hips. You got hands on hips. Good. Excellent. Nice.
All right, guys. So we've got a little bit of training. Frank's is a very tight knit gym, so I don't want to take up too much space and have the camera everywhere and anywhere in people's way. So it's one thing you got to respect when you're in prep and you do content, that sort of stuff, is no one else gives a shit and everyone else is there to train, everyone else is to do their thing as well. So I just want to get the stuff that makes the video worthwhile, that sees the training, and we can just move on. So not every set, not every exercise, but we got a bunch of stuff of posing with Chrissy and one of his other fellas, Junior. So Chris has got a great roster this season. He's got a really good classic and bodybuilding guy that's competing, which is me. But so it's good to have some other people there training as well. So got a good session in there. Frank's is great for that. We'll come back and train legs there tomorrow. We've just checked into the hotel. Absolute clusterfuck of stuff to get in there. Turns out the maps haven't updated with the new construction. Construction's limiting directions to get there. Someone parked in our car park. So the risks of doing things during prep is that you are very fatigued and tired, and you can't react too much. So I'm going to get groceries now so we can get food cooked, get our afternoon prepared, get some check-ins done, and then relax for a little bit, go enjoy the beach, go for a walk. As you can see, there is some fantastic weather for the Sunshine Coast, which the name does not reflect at all. This is the cloudy coast, and every time I've been here, it has been this way for like the last 2 years. But yeah, so we'll just do some phone recording. Should have brought out a POV camera, but we'll just do some phone recording, the groceries and that sort of thing, and check out the place. So yeah, that's that. All right, guys, so even though we are away, when it comes to travel, every time we select a location, we have to make sure that it is a homestead, basically, or a homestay, so that you know that you have your kitchenette, you have your cooking utensils, you have tools, you have your cutlery. Everything's going to allow you to basically do exactly what you do at home and bring it with you. One of the worst mistakes you make if traveling or going away to anything in prep is fluctuating routine so much where it disrupts what you normally do. So pretty much everything we've got here is exactly what we have at home. So sugar-free drinks, beverages, some usual pre-workout cans, a 25% light peanut butter, almond milk for protein shakes, eggs for egg whites. Fruit is a non-negotiable. I have that every single day. So we've got strawberries, we've got bananas, vegetables, meats, pumpkin, some seasonings, condiments, veg, and some vegetable mix. So a little bit of that to go into my second meal. The other thing that we have usually is meats, proteins, vegetables for the next sort of day and a half already pre-cooked, so that I can just whip them into the microwave and have them pre-done. So being on plan and on point is essential when you're traveling, so you aren't disrupting your normal flow of things. So the data I send Chris tomorrow is going to be accurate and up to date, and it's not going to look like there's too much fluctuation in what's changed. So it's basically just taking what you do at home and moving it to wherever you're staying and where you're going, and trying to be on point. So now I'm going to eat because I'm hungry and it's like 3 o'clock and I've got a bunch of work to do. So yeah, that's that.
Also, there's wine in the house.
I mean, it is, but it's not. All right, so we didn't get the score that we wanted from the original card shop. So we're going to go to a card shop that had a bunch of the base set hollows and rares that I need to fill in my deck. They didn't have what we needed. Found another place called Cato's. So if you're in the Sunshine Coast and you want to get cards, check it out. We have instead got a bunch of cards. Got some nice prices for them. A bunch of gap fillers that I need for the deck that I currently have. A few in there that I need to fill in, so that's cool. So again, just keep ticking off the commons that I need to fill in the decks. And we've got a bunch of rares, some art rares, some super VMAXs. Got a couple of Charizards and a Celebration Venusaur. And a couple of mega releases still that I need to fill in for my deck as well. So got a fair few things in there. We're going to go in tomorrow and actually take in my double ups and Yu-Gi-Oh leftovers that I'm no longer collecting. And I'm going to see if they have a desire to trade for them. And then we'll fill in some more of the deck that I need with what they have there. So yeah, overall, very successful day finding Pokemon cards. That was going to be the big surprise yesterday, but we did it today. So I'm happy. Go Sports. Alright, so because today ran a little bit later than expected, we had a few issues in checking in and obviously the drive up to where we're staying, about 90 odd minutes from where we live. Day was pushed back a little later, so few check-ins done and we finished off now. Young Joshy is one of our Friday clients on our Friday team, so his check-ins went out as well today for his prep. So some massive questions in there about stuff he's starting to feel, which is great. First time to start to feel all the fun parts of the prep that will shape and develop him as an athlete in the future, which I'm excited about. One of the key things that I'm finding with clients that is worth noting is when it comes to early strategy nutrition and learning how to eat better, learning how to feel better. One of the biggest things you can do is standardize your meal intake and nutrition. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they think that structure is restriction and restriction is negative, because that's how social media, the internet, it's how the regular mindset coach will have you believe that creating structure in your life is somehow a negative thing, somehow a toxic limitation and restriction in your life. It's not. It actually enables you to build control and make decisions proactively that will allow you to have freedom later. So when it comes to early nutrition strategy, once you start to develop baseline behaviors like increasing X amounts of fruit and vegetables, learning to include this many per meal, you then start to look at how many meals am I having a day. And then from there you start to standardize. So it's almost like you create your own structured meal plan based on the targets, advice, and goals that you and your coach set. And it enables you to be a little bit more proactive, pre-planned, pre-strategized, and structured in your life, so you're less responsive, reactive, and chaotic. So one of the things that I have to do is make sure that as we're learning those skills, I start to structure in, okay, now I want to see this over 4 or 5 meals a day. Now I want to see X amount of fruit and vegetables included across each meal. Then I'll have you start to standardize and practice structuring complete, almost like a complete meal plan, and see how you would do it. So it might just be 3 days one way, maybe create a different meal plan for another 3 days. But essentially you want to standardize, so you simplify your choices. You give yourself a bandwidth or a parameter to operate, which makes it easier on cognitive function, makes it less emotional, less reactive. You're clearer on what you're actually trying to achieve, and you can give yourself some degrees of freedom inside that parameter that you can make choices on. So you still are engaged in the process, but I often find it's kind of like Netflix when it comes to just simply eat whatever, because that's freedom, and freedom means you can eat whatever you want. You're sort of paralyzed, or it's paralysis by analysis, and you're kind of stuck looking at the Netflix effect, which is you're so free that you have too much freedom and you don't know what to do. That isn't useful when you're trying to learn how to eat better and create structure. So a complete meal for me includes carbohydrates, protein, different forms of vegetables, and it might be different structures. That might mean different forms of fruits. It might mean a vegetable protein like Greek yogurt. It might mean a base carbohydrate like a grain, or a granola grain, something like that, or an oat, a cereal.
and you can complete the meal that way. But essentially you're looking at having complete meals 3 to 4 times a day, and then some snacks. And that's a pretty standard, safe, healthy, complete meal plan for someone in a day, and allows them to maximize nutrient intake, hit their protein targets, fruits and vegetables, and feel like they're pretty well fed and nourished. The misconception people have is that creating those structures and boundaries is somehow restrictive and controlling. And that's what I find it actually leads to most of the health problems a lot of people have from nutrient deficiencies, and a lot of the binging behaviors, the overconsumption behaviors, is the lack of structure and strategy, because then everything becomes a free-for-all. There's no limitations, no boundaries, no self-imposed controls, and then you're kind of reactive to life. And that's where a lot of people go wrong, because they haven't set up and established that structure to help them. So biggest thing from today's check-ins and things that I'm working with clients is start to build that structure to give them freedom later, and help them understand how to actually structure and eat quality nutrition across the day to fuel their work life, their training life, their social life, their family life, and overall just improve health and function. So yeah, besides that, that is the day done. Got a meal to get in still, and yeah, I'm going to relax before training legs tomorrow with Chrissy again.